I think I would say, it was an interesting closure. It didn't come around for us straightforwardly at all. The decision had been taken when I was with our Family Care Trust, and the council approached us to say, could you help us, really? And we did. It was an interesting closure in that we had to find somewhere for some people, and the housing department had got some flats up in that road that were hard to let. They weren't bad flats, they were just hard to let.
Okay.
And the bulk of the block of flats was inhabited by older people. And I think that put a lot of the younger people off, going in. But for what we wanted, they were fine. It was okay. We'll see if we can move some out into some semi-independent accommodation, and we did. We moved them out. It was, and it was interesting in that initially we didn't interview the residents of Hampton Manor.
Okay.
We interviewed the staff.
Yeah.
And got from the staff who they thought were the most appropriate people to interview, rather than going around, 30 people and upsetting sort of 20 of them because they're going to go. We were targeting then the core of the people who might stand a chance of moving.
Okay.
And it worked very, very well. And the other thing that we did, which took a bit of doing, but we did it, was take a group of the staff members with us.
Yeah.
So they needed jobs anyway because the place was closing. So we could transfer them over.
Okay.
Which is what we did, which
Yeah.
gave continuity to the service users.
Yeah, because they like familiar faces.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you
Exactly.
don't get familiar face.
No.
Some of them aren't.
That's right.
Happy.
That's right. And it's. I think the staff found it difficult at first when they moved up there because it was a totally different environment. They were working in somebody else's environment rather than their own. And then they said, well, if Mrs. Jones from number 10 wants help, do we help her? Because she's not learning disability, she's a resident.
Yeah.
And we said, yeah, it's a community, you've got to grow that community. Which they did very well.
Oh, that's good that, the community was involved
Yeah,
in a way.
yeah. It was, and we had, when we moved the people out of Hampton Manor, we had several meetings with relatives and the people who were going to go. So we were preparing them all the way, and that was quite interesting. At the first meeting, the relatives were a bit anxious and didn't want them to move.
Which is understandable,
Yeah,
isn't
yeah.
it? Yeah.
But by the end of it, and having taken them up there and seen it and what they're going to do, they were quite happy at the end of it. It was quite good. So that was a great help. It was a lovely building.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Not necessarily suitable as a care home, I didn't think. It was a very cold building. I don't think they put the heating on very often. But no, it was a lovely building. And we had to emphasise to people we were never going to replicate the size of the rooms they'd got there in a block of flats. And we took them up. I went up for say 2 days a week on trial, and they got used to that small room.
Yeah.
When we went downstairs, there was quite a large sort of communal room, and we effectively took that over, and eventually the older people joined in as well. We almost had a little day centre inside a block of flats. Before they moved, we met a couple of times with the older people, the residents there, and told them what we were doing and who they were and what the problems they'd got.
Yeah.
And after we got over, will they kill us and are they violent? It's that sort of natural reaction, isn't it?
Yeah. Because people always think the worst.
That's right.
You don't know, do you?
That's right.
Yeah.
And so we said, well, we'll bring you up. And they did it, and they had a couple of 3 social afternoons together, and that sort of broke it down. The staff up there were quite good because what they did I remember on the first afternoon, a little social, cup of tea and a cake. they got people from Hampton Manor to do all the serving of the cups of tea and the cake.
Okay.
And it breaks the barriers down.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
It was good.
Oh, that's good.
And there was one guy there who got one of these motorised scooter things he'd go around on. And he was training one of the ladies to ride it. But that's what it was. It was normal.
Exactly.
Yeah. But it worked out really well.
Oh, that's good.
It really well. And I know that since I've left, they've moved one or two more in there. I'm not sure what the status is now. But I think we, as a family care trust, we felt we hadn't done a bad job there. And you're quite right. A lot of the others went into residential care again. Now some of them were probably of that material, but there was still some there that had got potential. And you know, you sort of wanted to try and develop that potential, but it wasn't to be.